Universities are useful. But so are people who help you progress further than you ever imagined you could. I was lucky when I went to Cambridge, Newman College in 1912. I was the first woman to ever complete a mechanical engineering degree there. Our professor, Bertram Hopkinson, was the foremost man in British aviation design. Oh, I was mad about aeronautics. The Wright brothers were just designing and flying the first planes. Why shouldn't I? But Professor Hopkinson said, "It's propulsion that's exciting, Eily. We're in the business of designing new ways to stop the air and sea resisting our machines. You can help that surge into the new future." His wife, Mariana, made me her protégée. "I can connect you to men who will help you change the world, Eily." At the Hopkinsons' big rambling house in Adam Road, Mariana introduced me to her father, Sir Alexander Simmons. A god. It was May 1915. My father had just died. Sir Alexander knew him. He would say, "He was a dynamo. Allow me to help you in his stead." Well, what was any graduate to say? Especially a woman in this world. Sir Alexander smiled. "Since Bertram has taught you everything that he knows, shall I find you an opening at the new National Experimental Tank in London? I'm a trustee, and this war effort needs you." And so I went to Teddington. It was the centre of British research. All the shipbuilding companies, and the Admiralty too, sent models of new vessels there. We tested how they performed in water. Ship by ship, all twice my length or more, up and down, and I put them through their paces in the 500-foot tank of choppy water. I was by no means just a hand to switch the wave mechanisms on and off. With my colleagues, I tested and I retested. Then I made recommendations on hydrodynamic improvements, hulls and rudders. I gave papers on those too. It wasn't long after the armistice in 1918. Sir Alexander dropped by to bring Christmas presents from Mariana Hopkinson and her 8 clever daughters, my sort of sisters. "They send their love, Eily, and may I introduce you to Sir Alfred Yarrow. As you well know, he not only helped set up the tank and is our foremost shipbuilder, but he's also quite the force in the Institute of Naval Architects." Sir Alfred boomed but twinkled. "So it was you who helped design that destroyer that does 39 knots. Oh, incredible speed! Faster than the Wright brothers' plane too." "Yes. Their latest only does 26 knots, sir." "Now, girlie, as you well know, every professional needs to be a part of a learned society. So I'm going to back you for membership of the Institute of Naval Architects." "But they don't accept ladies, sir." "Well, some of us have been trying to change that nonsense for quite some time. And the marvellous war work you girls have been doing proves my point exactly right. It's wrong to exclude the fair sex, especially now that you've got the vote." So, Rachel Parsons, Blanche Thycroft and I applied. And on April 1919, the gentlemen voted 491 to 220 to let ladies in. Officially, women could now be people who could design ships. Rachel took Blanche and I aside after and said, "My mother and I are thinking of creating a women's engineering society. Will you join?" "Will I?" "We all just need the right set of helping hands."